According to Hamilton 2022, static testing is a software testing technique used to check defects in a software application without executing the code. It starts early in the software development lifecycle and done during the verification process. This technique does not need a computer as the testing program, since it done without executing the program. Moreover, any type of document, including source code, design papers and models, functional specifications and requirements specifications, may be tested using most static testing methodologies. In these techniques, there are four types, which is inspections, walkthrough, formal technical review, and informal review. Next, by applying inspection techniques, there are so many benefits where it is easier to find defects for the people who have not done the implementation themselves and are unaware of the correctness beforehand. Moreover, it has made our team able to share their knowledge about specific software artifacts and designs. Since the technique used before the implementation phase, where all the flows or any bugs in a medical tourism system will be identified at early stages. It also helps to reduce rework and testing effort. The person that involved during this phase are moderator, author, reader, recorder, and inspector. Moderator, inspector, who is responsible for organizing and reporting on an inspection. Author, owner of the report. Reader, a person who guides the examination of the product. Recorder and inspector, who notes down all the defects on the defect list. Inspector, member of the inspection team. Other than that, we have the defect and its solution. First of all, we want to talk about the register. The use case not stated what kind of information needed to be included to verify the email of users. So the solution is provide a requirement for email verification that have the user's login, email, address, and a link to confirm their account. Other than that, the use case does not specify whether the user have verified their account in each period. The solution is include the requirements where the user need to verify their account within 7 days or their account creation will be cancelled. The next is login. The problem or defect are the use case does not state what would happen if the user log in without a correct email and password. So the solution is it is required to have error and link message such as please enter the correct email address in format their name at example.com. These messages need to be clear and meaningful. It will prevent user from do the same mistake as before. Other than that, search, there are the defect is for search section. Separate tables needs to be created for search hospital location and medical specialists. So the solution is implementations of search must include hospitalities where it needs to add into the data model. Other than that, the appointment. The defect of the appointment is the date and the time does not display in a right format and might be redundant with other patients. Maybe the solution is improvement by adding a unique identifier for each appointment, date and time attributes to avoid many appointments at the same date and time with the same doctors. Lastly, the payment method. The user requirement does not state what have in a payment receipts information that can be generated. So the solution is need to specify and list out details of include in payment receipt that will be generated for future use for the patients and admin.
My name is Fatin Hanisa binti Abdulmalik. I'm from BITP S1G2. So today I'm going to present about what is a dynamic technique. According to this website, dynamic testing is a software testing method used to test the dynamic behavior of software code. The main purpose of dynamic testing is to test software behavior with dynamic variable or variable which are not constant and finding a weak areas in software runtime environment. So for our scenario, we are using this dynamic technique to detect any bug or behavior that might have in our system. In a simple way, we can say this technique is the type of testing that validate the functionality of our application, which is medical tourism system, when the code is executed or by executing the code. The code must be executed to test the dynamic behavior. The main of the dynamic testing is to ensure that software works properly during and after the installation of the software. It also to ensure consistency to the software. There are two categories classified in dynamic testing, which are for white box testing and black box testing. Next, for this project, we need to detect any defect in our system, which is medical tourism system, and we need to suggest a solution for each problem or defect. So the first problem for our system, which is a register, where there is no password requirement that can be as a guideline for user when they want to register and enter their password. To overcome this problem, we need to provide a password requirement that display at the registration page, where it can display the password characteristic for make a password become more stronger. Next, for login page, we find out there is no error message when user input the incorrect email or password, where it makes the user lost in hyperspace and they don't know what to do. To overcome this problem, the improvement that can be made is by applying error message show user invalid email or password. Please enter again. By applying this method, it will avoid them from loss and guide them to enter the correct email or password. Next, for profile page, in this section, there is no information about current medication and what allergies might the patient have. All these details are important for medical reference. To overcome this problem, we need to have an auditor that asks their medical background whether they have allergies to a certain medicine or not. Next, for appointment page, we find out when the appointment is successfully entered, the user will not be able to update their appointment through the system. They need to do it manually by calling the staff or the hospital. So to overcome this problem, the solution that can be made, which is provide an update appointment function, where the user are able to update their appointment when they have any emergency. The update function will show of the current available doctor within the time. Next, if the appointment success, the detail will not be including the consultation date. Instead, the user will get call from the staff. This way require a lot of time for both of sides. The solution that we can make for this problem, which is after the appointment success, the system should be able to display or summarize of detail of appointment, such as date, time, doctor name, specialty, and others important details. Lastly, for notification or reminder, we find out in our medical tourism system, there is no notification or reminder for user about their appointment, where can cause they might forget about the appointment date. To overcome this defect or error, we need to implement a notification alert through their email or call from the staff before 2 days of the appointment date. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Divyasri Samada from BITP S1G2. So for today, I'm going to present about design qualities. Okay, design qualities based on SIM1 prototyping model, paradigm output or an early approximation of a final system or product is constructed, tested, and then reworked. It is done till an appropriate paradigm is achieved to help develop the entire medical tourism system. Even though it has been developed, yet the medical tourism system do have some flaws or qualities that need to be improved. There are 3 main qualities, which is usability, efficiency, and consistency. So the first one will be usability. Usability describes the level of ease with which system allows user to get the goal. The medical tourism should be measured in terms of ease of use and user-friendly. It should be easy to learn. Navigation should be simple. So the picture shows how a software system should not be. The flaws are the medical system that has developed has no any page name or title, which means the page the choose your specialty is on, the interface are unclear and confusing. So the interface should be user-friendly by providing consistent user interface standards and conversions with the other frequently used systems. Okay, so the second one is efficiency. Efficiency is defined as the ratio of the amount of energy used to be amount of work done to create an output. But when it comes to software development, efficiency is the amount of software developed or requirement divided by the number of resources used, like time, effort, among other examples. So in this picture, the flaws are the medical system that has developed has no any hints or label to choose the doctors. So the medical tourism system should be labeled on the what the doctor specialize or which doctor to refer when a particular illness had choose. A well-designed user interface should simplify the user's life and prevent from having to stop and think. So the last one will be consistency. Consistency is defined as sameness, conformity, uniformity, consistent in designing, meaning the system produces all the elements with similarity. They should look and work as the parts of one bigger organism. This way, the medical tourism system can give the user as much easier and more pleasant experience with the final output. Consistency is crucial to create intuitive software system. So this picture shows the medical tourism system interface. The flaws are the has no consistent elements on each page. There should be at least a menu bar for each page of the medical system. When the medical system looks and works similarly on all platforms, this way the user can expect the same experience whether they are used it on different device and system. So that's all for question 2, and that's all from me. Thank you so much.